puppies will make them sleepy.
Oh, wait, they're tulips. Hi everybody and welcome to another exciting edition of Boring JavaScript. I'm your host, the Virtuoid, aka Mike Smith, and today we're going to be talking about the IndexOf method on both strings and arrays. Hey, you want to find something within a string? Use IndexOf. You want to find something within an array? Use IndexOf. You want to do something else? Use something else. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's first take a look at IndexOf within strings. Now, generically, IndexOf will find something within something else and return a number. And that number will be the position of that string within the string to be searched, or it will return a -1 if it couldn't find it. So let's take a look and see how it works. Here is how the IndexOf method is constructed. The first thing is the string on which it will be searching. And in this case, it'll be this string up here, line number 1, cat, dog, horse, cow, coyote, blah, 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 blah. Here's the IndexOf method, and then the first argument here is the string to search for. Now, actually, you have two different arguments, and I'll cover the second argument here shortly. But for now, we're just going to use one argument. So this first one here is going to try to find cat within this string, second one horse within the string, third one dinosaur within the string, and the fourth one cat within the string. Now remember I said IndexOf returns the position of the string to search for within the string that's being searched. In strings, this will be the character position. And remember, all character positions within strings start with the number 0. So cat, in this case, begins with the number 0 since that's the very first character in the string. So I would expect IndexOf to return 0 because it found cat starting at position 0. Horse, I would expect it to find at 8 in this case, if I counted it correctly. Dinosaur, I would expect to return a -1 because dinosaur is not inside the string. And for cat, I would expect, let's hold off on that, and I'll explain that when we get to the actual example. You want to see how it runs? Well, let's take a look. Let's go to node and say node string. Yep, my cat position's at 0, which actually it was. My horse position was at 8, which means I counted it correctly. My dinosaur is at -1, which means it couldn't find the dinosaur, and my other cat is also at -1. So why did the first cat return 0 and the second cat return -1? Well, let's flip back over to the code and take a look at that. Well, the thing to remember about IndexOf, when it does the searching, everything is going to be case sensitive. So it found the CAT with the capital C because that's what is inside my string, CAT. It is not going to find the lowercase cat because, again, it's case sensitive. There is no lowercase cat anywhere within this string. So remember that IndexOf is case sensitive. So if you're ever doing kind of searching, make sure you keep that in the back of your mind. So to recap, case sensitivity, it will return for strings, it will return the character position starting at index number 0 of that string within the string that's being searched, or it will return a -1 if it cannot be found. Now let's take a look at IndexOf within an array, and it works exactly the same way as it did within a string, except instead of searching obviously the strings themselves, it's going to search each individual element of the array. So I have my array up here, so it's the exact same string now. I've now got it as an array, and I am going to search for cat, horse, dinosaur, and cat again. The syntax is exactly the same. Animals is going to be the array on which we're going to be searching. IndexOf is, of course, the IndexOf command, and cat, the first argument, is going to be the array entry to which to search. So in this case, I'm going to be searching for an array entry that is cat. I'm going to search for an array entry that has horse, an array entry that has dinosaur, and another that has cat. Of course, there's cat, so I should expect it to return a 0 because just like strings, with arrays, the first index is always 0. It starts counting at 0 and goes from there. For a horse, I would expect a 2, since that's the third one in there. Dinosaur, I expect a -1 because it couldn't find it. Remember, if IndexOf can't find it, returns a -1. And for cat, we'll find out. I bet you it's going to return a -1, but you know, we'll find out. So let's click over to Node real quick and type in node array. And yep, my cat position is 0, my horse position is 2, my dinosaur is -1, and of course the other cat is also -1. And again, why? Because just like with a string, it's case sensitive. Let's flip back over to the code. And as you can tell here, my cat is an uppercase C, the cat, so it's going to find it great here, but it's not going to find it there because that's a lowercase. So again, just like the strings, everything is case sensitive. Recap, again, case sensitivity, it will return the index of the array in which it found the element or the data that it was searching for, or it's going to return a -1 if it couldn't find it. So what about that mysterious second argument I mentioned earlier? Well, it is the character position in which to start searching. And it's wonderful to use if you want to count the number of occurrences that your string appears within the source string. Let's see how that works. I have a big old long string here that happens to have a bunch of cats. It has 1 cat, 2 cats, 3 cats, and I'm going to use index of with the second argument to help me find the number of cats. And that is this right here. Again, there's the string, there's the index of method, there's the cat argument, just like before, but now we have a second argument. And the second argument says that instead of starting at 0, character position 0, which is the default, start at this particular variable. And in this case, I'm going to have the variable of my previous index of +1, so I can always start counting or start searching again. So the first time through, when I get to my cat, first cat here, my index is going to be 0. So the first time through, I'm going to start the second search at A. And it's going to search all the way over to here, and it's going to find that C. And then I'm going to start the next search at the letter A after that C. Then it's going to find all the way to this C, and I'm going to start the next search at that A, which comes after the C. And then it's not going to find anything. So that's the whole idea here is now I'm going to be using index of to continue to search for the word cat until it cannot find any more. And what happens when index of cannot find anything? It returns a -1. So I have a while loop here that tells me basically as long as cat index does not equal -1, I am finding a cat. So here's my cat count. Here's my very first index of cat, which will return the number 0 in there. And so this first time through is cat index not equal to -1. Of course it's not equal to -1, equals to 0. So I increment my cat count, and then I get the next cat by starting the index at the letter A, which is index number 1, because 0 plus 1 is 1. That's going to go over here and find the second cat, which will then search again because we haven't returned -1 for the third cat. That will also not return -1. So we start again at A. So the last time through, after the third time through, it's going to return -1. Once it returns -1, it's going to print out the console cats. We think we have 3 cats. Are we absolutely certain? Let's flip over. Let's type in node string from, and I have 3 cats. There we go. Worked like a champ. So the second argument allows you to specify at what position within the string to begin your search. And it's wonderful to be able to find the number of occurrences of that string you're searching for within your source string. So what about that second argument within arrays? Well, guess what? It works the exact same way. But instead of starting at a particular character position, it starts at a particular element position within the array. So I have an array here that happens to have 3 cats, just like the string. Amazingly, there's 1 cat there. That's array number 0. There's another cat there. That's array element number, I don't know, whatever. And there's another cat there. That's at array whatever, I don't know. And I'm going to be, again, looping with the cat index, just like I did before. As long as cat index does not return -1, I have found a cat. And just like the string, the second argument of the index of will start at a particular element entry within the array. So I am going to basically take my old value of cat index and add 1 to it to start searching at that particular element of the array. So first time through, my cat index is going to be 0, and it's going to find, because it found cat at element entry number 0. The second time through, I'm going to actually start at dog. because I'm starting at 0 plus 1, which is 1. So what is the first element? The first element is dog. It's going to go through, find cat, and once it finds cat the second time through, it's going to start to search again at dog, and it's going to find cat the third time through. It's going to start search again at what? Whale. And then, of course, it won't find it the fourth time through, so cat index is going to be -1. It will stop the loop, and it will say, I have a certain number of cats. It's going to say, I have 3 cats, believe me. But let's take a look at it and see how it works. Let's go to node and type in node array from. Well, shock upon shock, yes, I have 3 cats. So just like with the string, using with the array, the second argument will tell you what element index number to start looking at within an array. So again, index of with the second argument is a wonderful, wonderful tool to finding the number of occurrences of the string that you're searching for within the string, within the search string, or within the array. And that's all there is to using IndexOf within strings and arrays. I hope you enjoyed our video. Hope I didn't bore you to death. Please find out all the videos we have at www.boringjavascript.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, or find out everything we do at blog.thevirtualoid.com. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you later.